In moving forward to define the business example, let's learn more about the products and components your customer is using. Your customer wants to see first a demo of the process before he's gonna go forward. And in order to build this demo, we need to know more in details about your customer's products. You are getting an example of a custom bicycle. That's the MT1100 road bike. And this custom bicycle can have different components. Some of the components are manufactured in-house, and other components they are purchased from outside vendors. In SAP, the correct terminology to define if a product is manufactured in-house or it's externally procured, it's called procurement type. And this procurement type can have three values: E, F, and X. What does E, F, and X mean? Well, if a product has the procurement type E, it means that this one is in-house produced. If it has F, it means that it's purchased from an outside vendor. And if it's X, this means that it can be either in-house produced or either purchased from an outside vendor. The procurement type X, it's usually used when you have a product which normally you are doing in-house, but sometimes if you have either a rush order or either you don't have enough capacity, you also have the option and buying that product from an outside vendor. So now in our list of components for our road bike, let's see which of the components are manufactured in-house and which one are purchased from outside vendors. So let's start from the left. We have the gear assembly. This one it's externally procured. The dual pad seat the same. The bike frame, the front fork, and we have here the wheel sub-assembly. This is something that we are assembling in-house, so this one is gonna have the procurement type E. But in order to assemble the wheel, we need three components. We need the spokes, we need the tire, and we need the rim. So those three components, they will be purchased from an outside vendor. Now you know about what kind of components your example custom bicycle is using. But knowing the components only is not enough. We also need to know how many of those components can go in manufacturing a bicycle. For manufacturing one road bike, MT1100, you need to use one bike frame, you need to use one front fork, we have two standard wheels, we have one gear sub-assembly, and we have one dual pad seat. Okay, but then as I told you, if the frame, the fork, the assembly, and the pad seat, they are procured from an external vendor, the standard wheel is something that we are manufacturing in-house. So in order to manufacture two standard wheels, we need here 64 pieces of spokes, we need two tires, and we need two rims. So now we know more about the products and the components that your customer is using. We have an example in the MT1100 road bike. We know the components, and also we know how many components are going in manufacturing one bicycle. So based on this, now let's move forward and let's map all of this in SAP.